As you're listening to this episode or watching, wherever you are tuning in from, I am on vacation with my family for a week. No emails, no Voxer, no just checking in. And inside my coaching program, we actually do what I call a vacation challenge. And it's all about taking an unplugged vacation from the business for a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks while the business runs smoothly without you. Now, the goal is to completely switch off from the business and give your brain space to rest. Now, we don't just jump into 4-week vacations. We actually start with shorter taste vacations to spot the gaps in your systems, your team, if you have a team, and your mindset. Now, anything that is going to stand in the way of you enjoying some much deserved time off is what we want to look at and tackle. Now, I want to walk you through how I prepared for this vacation, what I put in place before I stepped away so that I could switch off fully and confidently. Now, it's also worth saying that this idea of taking a 4-week vacation isn't just about you, the owner, taking a break. We want to extend the 4-week vacation to everyone on the team. We want everyone to be able to step away for 4 weeks without worrying that things are going to fall apart in their absence. So I'm going to walk you through the steps that you need to take to prepare yourself and your business for time off. I'm also going to share a valuable resource that will help you implement what we are discussing here in your business, so stay tuned for that as well. Let's dive into it. The first step is to look at what will break without you. So the first thing I do is to figure out what actually needs to happen while I'm away. In other words, what will stop if I'm not there? And you can ask yourself the following questions to help you get clear on this. The first question is, what needs to happen while I'm away? The second question is, what can wait until I'm back? And the third is, what is critical to keep things moving? Now, if something can't wait and I'm normally the one that does the thing, then I want to make sure that there is a plan for it. And we'll talk about that plan in a minute. If it can wait, it goes on the later list. It gets delayed until I get back. The thing that stops most business owners from taking a real break isn't just the systems and the support inside of the business, but also the stories we tell ourselves. Things like, everything depends on me. I can't afford to slow down right now. My clients expect me to be available. My team won't know what to do if I'm not there. What if something goes wrong? I'll lose momentum. It's just easier to keep going. Now, it's important to understand that these stories keep us stuck in the business. It creates a business that runs our lives. We become the business. And even though you might absolutely love what you do, I want you to have the choice, the freedom to choose when you work, how much you work, and I want you to be able to step away from the business to enjoy the other parts of your life as well. Your business should be the fuel for that life, not the thing that keeps you from it. And this is exactly why shorter, intentional taste vacations are so helpful. So you might not be in a place where you can step away for 4 weeks right now. Very few business owners are, and that's okay. Start with 3 days, then a week, then 2, then 4. You build your own capacity to step away, and at the same time, you will build proof that your business can handle it with the right structure and support in place. What usually happens is owners take a break, but it's not real rest. They're still checking in, still replying to emails, still low-key worrying about what is happening back at work. And many return from a break, but return to a lot of chaos. 100 decisions that were paused, or a backlog of client work, and a mountain of catch-up. And this is why we step away with intention, aka planning for the vacation, so that we can learn what holds, what breaks, and what needs fixing. The second step is to get clear on how long you are going to be gone. The length of your break changes what you need to put in place. A 1-week vacation means that you can often batch or delay most tasks. A 4-week vacation, on the other hand, there are things that you are absolutely going to have to delegate, automate. You need to do the work to make the business self-sufficient. And this is why we don't want to stay stuck in only doing the shorter breaks. The taste vacation should be seen as an opportunity to step back in when you really need to see where the business is too dependent on one person doing everything. The longer you plan to be away though, the more prepared you will need to be. So the third step that I take is to then look at my plan of action for the things that need to happen. I look at the things that I can batch and schedule in advance. For this vacation, I simply batched the things that I'd normally be doing and scheduled them ahead of time. That includes this podcast that you're listening to, my content on social media, my emails, all done in advance and scheduled to go out like they normally would. Now, if something doesn't need to be done in real time, I want to get it done ahead of time. That way, I don't have to think about it or touch my laptop while I'm away. So consider the length of the time that you will be away. Look at the things that need to happen while you're away and then ask yourself what could be batched, what could be scheduled, prepared in advance, and get that done before you leave. The fourth step is to get clear on who's going to cover what if those things cannot be batched or scheduled in advance. Now, some tasks can be batched or automated, but others require a person, especially if it involves delivery or client support typically. So again, I look at what's critical, can it be batched or scheduled? If not, who's going to handle it? Sometimes this means training someone well in advance. Other times, a quick Loom video and a checklist is enough. In some cases, someone on the team temporarily takes over something that I'd usually do. And this is where a lot of owners panic. So instead of handing it over, they take the work with them. Not because it's impossible to hand off, but because they didn't plan ahead and now there's no time to prepare this other person. Planning in advance gives you options. It creates space to train and hand over. Step 5 is to set expectations with yourself and your team. So once you know exactly what needs to happen and how that is going to continue to happen, it's important to decide how available you're going to be while you're away. Will you be completely offline? Will you check in once a day or once a week? If there are things that must be done by you, that's fine, but be clear what they are and how much time you are going to give them if you are taking work with you on the vacation. If I say I'm checking in at 9 a.m. for 30 minutes, then that's it, right? I'm not checking WhatsApp at 3 p.m. or replying to emails after dinner. Remember, boundaries don't hold unless you hold them. Step number 6 is to use a decision document. Now this one's very simple but very powerful. While I'm away, I ask my team to keep a running document with any decisions that they had to make, any issues that came up, anything that they weren't sure about while I was away. When I return, we go through this document. This shows me where things worked, where they didn't, and where we need to add structure. It also helps me to understand how my team thinks and solves problems without me, which is incredibly valuable. Taking time off isn't just good for you. It's good for the business. It's good for the team. And here's why. The business will stop relying on you for everything. Time away forces your systems to run without you. Your team builds confidence. They learn to solve problems, make decisions, and take ownership. You get clarity. Stepping out of the day-to-day helps you to see things differently. Some of my best ideas have come after a break. You model sustainability. If your team sees you constantly burnt out, they'll think that's normal. If they see you resting and trusting the business to run, they'll follow suit. Now, this isn't about checking out or being unavailable. It's about building something that works with or without you. Step number 7, the last step, is to do a debrief when you return. Don't just dive back into work. Take an hour to reflect. What worked while you were away? What didn't? What could have been smoother? Then make a list of changes to implement before the next break. Every vacation is a systems test. The goal is to make the next one easier. If stepping away from your business feels impossible, let your next vacation be the test. You'll see what holds, what cracks, and what is worth fixing. You don't need to earn rest. You just need to plan for it. And when you do, you'll realize it's not just possible, it's necessary. To make that planning easier, I've created a free resource to help you get ready for your next vacation, whether it's a weekend away or a full month off. It's a simple set of questions to help you plan what needs to happen, what can wait, and how to step away without the stress. you can grab it at ilonkaras.com/vacation. And if you want help setting your business up so that it can run in the background, so you and your team can take more unplugged breaks, you can apply to work with me at ilonkaras.com/apply. Both of those links are in the show notes. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I will see you again next week.